everybody, and welcome back to Let's Read. I'm your host Duhad, and I'm here with I'm here with a number of people, but as far as readers go, I'm here with Rydel, Gmoney, and Nero Brony.
What's up, everybody?
And this is the first of hopefully many request Let's Reads, courtesy of the Patreon that I set up a while ago. Yeah, so basically they donated money for the month and requested a Let's Read in exchange. And so we are now going...
Let's read.
And so we're now going to do
little
that.
late there.
This is Good
know,
Till
I
the
just got
Last
back.
Drop by Malaria Brain Fiction. I wonder whether or not Belil, who requested this story, had anything to do with this story. Oh, look. This is also by the same author as When Friendship Becomes Something More, a Heartwarming Eve story. Which is the story that Belil wrote. And the reason why we first introduced her to the channel. Wonderful! Good to Last Drop! It has sex, romance, comedy, and is a slice of life. Winter has just ended, and spring has arrived. After a long day at work, both Gmoney and Rydel go out for a meal and find a mare is giving them some looks. And that's not all she's giving them.
Well, hopefully she's giving us our food if she's the waitress. If she's not the waitress, hopefully she's not giving us our food, because that'd be weird.
Wait, just ahead of time, who am I playing?
You are playing the narrator. I'm just reading the intro bit because that's what I always do.
Okay.
Now, they get to their home for some alone time, and then blacked out is again. This is fan fiction. Is in no way meant to speak badly, and their work is purely fiction, as far as I know. Chapter 1 and only. This is Duhad's fault. Yeah, okay. Let's read.
The joke is that Duhad caused this to happen.
Let's read.
I think we got the joke.
Right.
Good to the
Well, it's
last
not
drop.
funny until we explain it.
Right.
I hate you all. Let's go.
Good till the last drop. It was a spring afternoon, and the sun was shining, and everyone was heading home after a long day at work. Gmoney and Rydel walked down the road so they could dine at Sugar Cube Corner.
I should point out that my name is consistently misspelled.
Oh, good. Wait, I thought you were always spelled with 2 L's.
It's
Nope.
1 L.
Never
His
have been.
Skype name. His Skype name is always been
I'm
1 L.
joking.
Oh,
Whatever.
We don't understand jokes.
As was sort of a tradition for them after work. This time, most of the gang couldn't make it since Nero was on some sort of a business trip to another country. Duhad was running errands or maybe stealing candy from babies. You can never be too sure.
I do that.
And Hare is still in the hospital for somehow falling out of his second-story window.
Oh, right,
So
that
this-
other fic.
So this just left two to enjoy a meal at Sugar Cube Corner.
I didn't realize the Sugar Cube Corner provided actual meals. I sort of was under the impression that it was a bakery and sweet shop.
I don't know, I guess it's the
You
same
can
thing
make
as Danny's
entire
in this
meals
canon.
out of baked goods. Kind of
Yeah.
like how you can make entire meals out of potatoes.
Well, yes, you can, but I sort of assumed that the name Sugar Cube Corner meant it was like a corner bake shop that you went into, bought your sweets, and then left, as opposed to sat around ordering food and then eating it.
Maybe
that
it's
doesn't
more
stop
like,
us.
Maybe
Maybe
it's more like
it's-
one of those French bakeries, you know, that
Actually,
have like
no,
quiches
we've
and
seen
things
the
like that.
inside of it. There's no table, so I can only assume that you're just buying your food and then just sitting it on the counter and just rudely eating right in front of Mr. and Mrs. Cake or Pancake.
Well, you know,
have
Sitting in the middle of the floor.
this
Thank
is
you.
a very different canon, so it could be that Sugar Cube Corner in this canon is basically the same thing as Denny's.
Okay, fine.
Whatever.
I'll
Or
accept
they've
this.
expanded.
Also, I like how it consistently is like, oh, Duhad, Hare, Nero, me, and Rydel, we have lunch every day. Because that's so true. That's like real life. We
It's
have
just
lunch every
like
day.
in real life. I fly down all across the country so that, we
Yeah,
can all eat
we all
lunch
meet up.
together.
Actually, no, we take turns. Sometimes you fly down, sometimes we fly up.
It's always something.
Sometimes we fly sideways.
And we can always do it within the half-hour to hour our jobs give us for lunch.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much.
Because of my Learjet.
Anyway, Not really mattering what these two clowns ordered was really important.
I knew you were clowns.
What was really important was that one of them noticed a mayor was eyeing them up.
Hey, Rydel. I think that mayor over there likes us.
Said G-Money.
Jesus, that is the worst Gmoney impression I've ever heard. That's ridiculous.
Yes, you need to really
Right?
Step up my game.
Stick up your G game, G.
Rydel responded.
You think? What gave you that idea? I'm not going to help you pursue another mayor just because a piece of their food was pointing in your direction.
I like the implications of this, that has actually happened before.
Yes.
I get a lot of.
It's a
time,
regular
and
occurrence.
Apparently, I'm really good at getting laid. Rarity was my first conquest.
Not really. No, you are really good at assuming girls want to have sex with you, but then you just sort of go like, "Hi there, I noticed you looking at me." You're like, no,
You're basically like the
go
Johnny
away.
Bravo of Equestria.
I can believe that.
3, 2, 1, push buttons!
Anyway, continuing.
No, I swear this time I'm sure of it. They keep looking back at us with the eye. Bow chicka bow.
Of Sauron.
That's the evil eye.
Okay then. Let me see who this magical mayor is.
I'm just gonna point out that it was kind of a mistake for them not to say who says these lines, but you know.
It's this poor fucking writing. I'd like to punch the author in the face.
What a shitty writer this
God, I hate whoever wrote this story.
Man,
God,
if we do this guy in real life,
I would tie them to a building and then drop that building into the Marianas Trench.
Are you listening?
The
You should look at the author with mild disapproval.
If I knew who this girl was, I'd give her a piece of my mind.
Straight through a fucking window. Anyway, continue.
Light green. Unicorn. With a liar as a cutie mark. So I look at girls' asses is what first thing I look at is their ass.
And considering the fact that like she's sitting down and looking at you from across the table, you are basically just like leaning over
Under the table.
pulling your, like,
Unless she's
head
deliberately
to the
trying to
side.
show you her ass.
Well, that sounds like something Elaborate would do. Just like shoves her ass on the table and then sort of cranes around to eat her food.
So I'm sorry. And
She's
now I
sitting
can
on the
only
table.
try to picture her do that. I just know with she's sitting there trying to eat and twerking.
Yeah.
I don't know, she's a JoJo character, so she's just like posing in a really uncomfortable way so that her ass is showing while she eats. It's going like
her stand is like ass showing.
her stand is showing the food into her mouth for her while she sits there like mooning you.
Blue moon.
Or she's
Rydel had
sitting there
been-
reclining on the table like a singer reclining on a piano during a song.
Rydel had to scan the restaurant twice before he found the mayor G-Money talked about. It took a few moments before he realized she was also staring directly into his eyes, giving a seductive grin. It took no time at all for him to get up and talk to her. Something in him ticked. If he didn't care if G-Money liked her because this mayor he was going to get. However,
Jesus, motherfucker.
He was in too much of a daze to realize that G-Money had gotten up and followed him, nor did he also realize that he had tripped several times
Oh, fuck.
when making his way towards her.
Just smashing his face into the floor, like his blood gushing down his chin.
He like broke his
Wait,
neck.
are
on
you
the
trying
way
to
there.
say that's not how you're supposed to walk?
Hey babe, what's up? If I still had any cheese left, I'd offer to share some of your food.
I like to imagine, I like to imagine that he goes over there and he has just like a bunch of bruises on his face, and then he does like a Colin Mockery opening line, like, "As of right now, I'm rash free."
That's pretty good, yeah.
Look, just because I walk like a blind monkey playing quap is no reason to make fun of me.
That's not very nice. We shouldn't make fun of disabled people.
or monkeys.
Woof.
Or quap.
Woof.
Rydel finally made to the mayor. Wow, that was fast.
Wow, made to the mayor.
Just skipping the whole sex scene.
Yeah.
This
Who is
author's
this?
so good. The
Also, mayor's
grammars.
Right
capitalized,
now,
so
finally made to the mayor, who was sitting next to some other background character, and froze.
God damn it.
I don't know, I'm thinking, with mayor being capitalized, I think it might be like Notre Dame. This is the Mary, Mother of Jesus of ponies.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh.
So I'm fairly certain that I'm about to hit on Mary and get punched out by Joseph.
He didn't
back the
know
fuck off,
what to say to the
Only
mayor.
God, only me and God touch her.
And just as he was about to leave in embarrassment, G-Money said,
Hey, are you a musician? Because your voice is the most beautiful piece of music I've ever heard. I would punch people if they
She
told me.
has said
zero
nothing
words.
so far.
Yeah, so at this point, Lyra,
I like a woman who
sorry.
doesn't talk.
Random pony who we totally can't guess at opens her mouth and is just like, ah, God, you're so nice to say that.
It's like
You
the
know,
worst.
it's Lyra,
voice.
not Bon Bon.
People
She,
always say
she
I
opens
got this
her mouth.
voice.
She opens her mouth. Her voice is hairs.
Oh my God.
Anyway, Rydel was just about to smash his brains out on the table, but stopped when the mayor giggled.
That's adorable. Come, take a seat.
Oh
She
God.
pushed, she
What
pushed
is
the
it,
others
Bernard?
off the table. The other people were on the table.
Yeah, her
So
friend
she
was-
pushed them off the table to make open seats for both G-Money and Rydel.
Kinda said,
Lyra, you're a horrible friend. You shouldn't put Bon Bon on the table and then push her off the table.
Move, Bond, get out the way. Get out the way, Bond, get out the way.
So who says this next line?
I believe this is
Because-
still Lyra.
Duke Nukem.
Yeah, Lyra's
it's-
getting a whole bunch of paragraphs all to herself.
No, because if
We know it's not Lyra.
Oh wait, no,
Because-
it's gonna be someone else's. Yeah, okay. Who the fuck? Okay, whatever. It's
I
G
guess
Money
I spoke.
because
Yeah.
he spoke first.
So what's your name?
My name is Lyra, and both of yours.
Sounds like a bad version of the Muppets.
I was going for a really
G-
bad Marge Simpson.
Oh,
Hold
okay.
me.
It sounds like Marge Simpson with a speech impediment.
That's what normal supposed to go for. Monster
G
Marge.
Money. The G Money.
Gyrocon. Shit. I mean Rydel.
Oh, Garricon shit, I mean Rydel. Is that foreign?
You must be
C'est
European. After
European
what
on the-
seemed to be forever of talking, G-Money invited Lyra to his house, but was yet again in surprise when she offered both of them to come to hers.
Have the conversation have started to move?
All three made their way to her
Uh-oh.
house, having to take
Uh-oh.
several shortcuts to reach it. Along the way, they passed several homeless ponies. One screamed about how bipedal, fleshy creatures would bring the end of the world, while others shouted about different sandwiches and condiments.
Oh man, wacky random
Lyra
humor. I'm
is
so
taking us
amused.
back to her cardboard box.
Bob.
They finally entered
my.
the front door, and inside
Her
was a
cardboard box.
simple yet comfy home. It didn't take any time at all because they hung around, talked, and even cooked some food and killed her. It was then where everything began to get quote-unquote sexy.
So we
As
cooked
Lyra-
some food until it was dark.
Yes. The
Yes.
food and the sky, because you've apparently been cooking for quite a while.
You're just kind of.
How do you know
kind
the
of-
bacon's done?
Man,
When the
who wrote
fire
the-
goes out.
Who wrote this really crappy story with all this bad grammar? God.
It's like, oh god, no, it's like, how do you know that when the bacon's done? Well, it's burnt now, so I want to burn off the burnt part, and then it'll be ready.
I'm gonna just.
As
Well,
Lyra
you
kissed
don't understand.
both of
We have to
them.
get it completely carbon. Then we put it under high pressure for quite a time because we're cooking diamonds here.
Perfect.
She kissed both of them, saliva dripping off their lips and connected to hers when trading off.
Well,
Of
it's
course-
saliva and blood in Rydel's case.
Of course, the G-Money and Rydel didn't kiss each other since that would be awkward, and they didn't swing that way.
Oh,
But
God,
Nero and Hair do.
No, I was actually just thinking about that bit in Stephen the Lesbian by Harry Partridge, where it's just like, I will have sex with each and every one of you, except the ones that look like dudes, because that'd be totally gay.
As time passed, it quickly escalated to third base.
Wow.
Man, that escalated quickly.
That
really got out of hand fast.
Oh dear God.
Don't worry, I read XKCD. I have the expanded baseball metaphor chart.
Wait, Rydel.
I'm pretty sure at this point we've crossed the Maginot line.
You read XKCD? I'm shocked because you've never mentioned this before.
Yeah, for real, he hasn't actually.
No, what?
This is
No.
yeah, sarcasm.
Jeez.
Sarcasm.
You don't say sarcastically. Let me confirm the fact that the joke is that he never actually has. That's.
First, Duhad
I
threw
ruined.
up.
I'm really hoping that's the response you were hoping for.
First,
Yes,
first,
I got what I wanted.
Rydel pulled out.
Being a jerk is fun.
First, Rydel pulled out his skin cucumber, and before G-Money could get his beef thermometer out, there was a knock on the door. G-Money walked to the door, a bit pissed that they were interrupted. He pulled open the door, being pounded to find a familiar light green face.
Pounded.
I better put my cucumber back in the fridge because we don't want that to spoil.
Hey, but I'm just humping this door here.
Being pounded. Being pounded to find a familiar light green face. What the fuck does that mean?
It was Duhad. He was holding several lollipops in his magic, and then
I
he
think that
opened
means he got punched.
and then he opened his muscles and started talking.
Or possibly the sex started without him realizing it.
Yes.
I got pounded.
It's very
from
small. No one quite realized when it went in. Hey! You know it's... Oh, no, I'm not going to even try and do Green Goblin for all of this.
Oh, come on.
You should try and
fine.
sound like Duhad.
Alright, fine. I'll try and sound as much like Duhad as I possibly can.
Oh,
Hey! You know, it's really hard for me to find you guys. After I was done and purchasing candy, I thought I could still make it before you left. But you weren't there, so I travelled to Rydel's house and found nothing there but a locked door. After I went to G-Money's to no avail, and even tried Ayers. But
They
then,
stole everything but the door!
I stole the door right then afterwards. But then I remembered I wasn't there when I almost cut my hooves on some broken glass. Anyways, I had to search forever and ever, asking around, almost getting arrested with the guards, and even bugging this one stallion who's supposed to write a disgusting story between me and someone else. I just oh fuck, oh god.
Self-insert, yes.
Oh, I think Belil just threatened me in the story. I was just about to give up when I stumbled upon some homeless ponies mumbling about sandwiches and asked them if they'd seen you. Of course, that didn't work, but I did find hoof prints trailing in the trash and led directly to the house, so here I am.
Footprints!
Randomly went to
This
some
could only
random
be
house.
G-Money and Rydel.
My god, metal.
No
one
other
else
pony
makes-
has hoofs.
Yes, no one else wears shoes.
Huh. Tell me something, Rydel. Do you think that love can blossom even in the bakery?
Pound chicken. pound.
Well, you have to leave it to rise for a bit. Yeast doesn't
might.
act instantly.
Go away.
And with that, G-Money slammed the door right into Duhan's stupid green face.
Oh, that's right, bloody uncomfortable, ladies.
Now that was taken care of, he could get back to business. He finally pulled out his DNA rocket, and it was devoured by the eager Lyra. This lasted for
Congratulations! It got bitten off.
Yeah. This lasted for several minutes before G-Money had already blown his CD load all over the place. It continued to escalate.
I don't know how to escalate more from after coming.
It continued to escalate, and Lyra revealed something surprising. Lyra had a giant pernus between her legs.
It was mine!
a Pernus. Rydel
Yes!
was shocked at the oversized Slim Jim, while G-Money wasn't, but G-Money had already finished.
Ah,
The awkwardness was broken as there was another knock on the door. Rydel opened the door and swiftly ran over the eager Duhad and
Hi.
ran away. G-Money simply walked out silently to go home, and then everything was silent. After another few moments, Duhad burst out.
So, is there still time to join in?
The Finn!
Someone
Oh.
doesn't know how paragraphs work because it's yet another fic that put the the next speaker on a new line in the middle of a paragraph.
That is correct. Yes.
Author's
You can-
notes. You can thank Duhad, you've brought this upon yourself.
No, I don't. Fuck you.
Fuck that guy, Duhad.
I mean, fuck you.
Fuck that Duhad 8. What a
Yeah,
douchebag.
that douche. Okay, so anyway, there's some comments here. Epic Noob, spelled with zeros, because he's so fucking creative, said, 0 out of 10, Season 2 was more shocking. Mr. Crowbar said, in response to Lazy Drill, yeah, that would make sense. Lazy Drill said, in response to Crowbar, could be that the story was crossed out, deleted, revoked, and is now reposted after revising it. Just my guess, Trixie Face. I have a story with comments from a few weeks ago. The story I have revoked has with them still, so I'm going for that. Mr. Crowbar said, what the hell? Hair fell out of a window. Why are you all comments from 32 weeks ago? When this
Why
was
are
published
all-
today? Question marks. G-Money said, agreed, I need to be longer and have more build-up. This story will make for famous kid. Nero
We'll make you
Brody
famous,
said,
kid. We'll make
shut
fun
up,
of
don't
Oh,
correct
yeah,
me. Nero Brody
apparently-
said, that skin cucumber though. Okay, to actually be honest, this would make a much heavier impact on us if there was a bit more story behind everything. There is story, in quotation marks, in all technicalities, but if there was more of one, that would make a big splash. Basically, you'll need to make a longer and more detailed version of this. ... And with more strange terms for penises. Finally, Duhad 8 wrote, better than the last one, but I remain both unshocked. Applejack face. I know you can do better, you freakish aberration of human flesh.
Now, clearly, this does need more build up. You need like a 30-chapter fic where the finale is just it segueing into Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That would be an amazing build-up.
That
I just
would be
realized I
the
shouldn't have
best
thought of
way.
this.
At any rate, I want
And
to thank everyone.
Very carefully make sure that the first word of every paragraph throughout the entire story is a giant rickroll.
Of course. Now, anyway,
Wait a minute.
thank you very much, Belial,
Is
for
it?
the request and the Patreon subscription. If you'd like to see your own requested Let's Reads going up on the channel, make sure to give me money.
And Myers here for the outro.
And
Bye,
Myers
everybody.
here.
Hey, look,
Tune
it's
in
Meyer.
next week for
Play us out,
another...
Meyer!
Tune in next week for another Wind Life story. I'm sure he'll get really mad this time.
God, you're not paying me enough money to do this, but I am lying. There is only enough money to do this. See you guys next week.